Once was a land of woe and strife, where the people were bereft of hope. They prayed to their gods of might and light to deliver the heroes of old. Instead they got heroes. Did you hear the quotes in my voice of moral ambiguity? They may help or may not help you at all. Depends on what's in it for them. They kick and they punch and they maul and they smash. They lie and they scheme and they burn and they slash. Succeed or fail, it adds to the tale. Dungeons and Debacle starts now.
Hello and welcome to this episode of the Dungeons and Debacles podcast. I am your host and dungeon master, Kevin. Going around the table, Shane.
I'm Shane, playing Alexander, the human bard wizard.
And John.
Hello. I play Alunodas, Elven monk.
And Oliver.
I'm Oliver, as he just said, and I play a character in Dungeons and Dragons. If you want to know who I am, rewatch all the old episodes, then you'll know.
What you really have to understand about my character was how he was traumatized in middle school.
Joke's on you, he's illiterate.
And Blake.
Hi, I'm Blake, and I'll be playing the Dragonborn Eldritch Knight / Wizard Juliet.
And Froghorn Leghorn.
Hi, I'm Hannah, and I'll be playing Talia, the human rogue.
If you can't tell, Hannah is a little sick this week. In the circumstances they're in now, there probably won't be much talking. Speaking of which, last time on Dungeons and Debacles podcast, you guys were able to dispatch a young blue dragon that was hiding out in the tunnel underneath the sand that Adel was thrown into as a pit opened up. So after that battle, you skinned the blue dragon for its scales, and you were able to take other components from it like eyes and teeth and heart and meat and all that good stuff. So you were on your way to Ashfell when you were traveling down the road and you saw multiple cages suspended from poles with people inside. All of them were dead except for one half-elf woman who recognized you because the Red Talons have been talking about you, and turns out the reason why she was in that cage is because she was a Red Talon saboteur who had been stirring up trouble between the half-orc tribes and Ashfell. You learn more about that as you freed her, and she brought you back to their encampment, where you met a old man who is a prophet that receives visions of the past and present and future through the power of Ruin Axis. He told you that someone in your way was this silver Dragonborn paladin, and for you to avoid the paladin or there would be disaster. You are welcome in the camp. You also found out that Turin, who is the husband of the woman that you rescued in the cage, is going to be traveling with you as a guide to take you to the Bonebreaker camp. And he said he would not take no for an answer. So where we found you last was, so the next morning you're in the camp and you're hearing a ruckus outside. And as you leave the tents, you are going to see a group of men on horseback that appear to be armored knights. In front of the group of riders is a human with a long, dark mustache. He has a tall white plume coming from the top of his helm. He's holding a long lance at his side that's pointed up to the sky, and it has a slim white banner blowing in the wind tied below the still point of the lance. And this man clears his throat and in a pompous tone says, "I am Captain Phineas Roch, Knight Protector of Ashfell. By order of Queen Hera of Ashfell, and all the Denzians of this camp are hereby under arrest for the crimes of treason against civilization, murder, espionage, and destruction of property. You will come with us now with what you have on your backs to the capital. You will all receive trials where your guilt or innocence will be determined by the wise judges of the Hall of Justice. Your possession and livestock all forfeit to the town of South Bend, under which your land is in jurisdiction. Children under the age of 6 will be exempt from trial and will become wards of the queendom should both parents be convicted of any of these crimes. You will be treated with respect, and you will be unharmed if you comply. If you resist, we are authorized to kill you. If you run, we will kill you. Now fall into a single line now without delay.
Is he on top of a horse?
He is, and there is a group of... Hold on just a second. Let me move everybody over to the map.
What's up? Wait. Whose head is that?
Connery is the prophet.
Yes, the disembodied head of Sean Connery is the prophet.
I'm Sean Connery.
This is like old Sean Connery, too. This isn't like Dr. No Sean Connery for the listeners at home.
Where is our characters?
I'm going to need you to place them on the board back here towards the top of the camp. And if you could go ahead and fill in your bubbles, too, that'd be great.
Are they talking to us directly, or?
No, they're talking to the camp in general.
Ah. Can I attempt to rile up the crowd?
They seem kind of riled right now. It probably wouldn't take a lot of work.
We need a way to spook the horses.
So right now, the crowd is kind of murmuring to each other after this knight on horseback said all this stuff, and you can, hear people complaining and saying that they're not going to comply, and around that time, you're going to notice that the prophet is now making his way through the crowd to the front. And
I need to get out of here.
And
toward the front.
Yeah, he's walking towards the knights. So he walks up about 10 feet in front of the captain and says, "You have no power here, Ashfellian. You're on the other side of the river and have no jurisdiction here. Be on your way and leave us be." And then the captain's going to start chuckling. And he says, "You must be the man they call the prophet. You may be the leader of this motley collection of fools, but you have no power, old man. Your king, Amon II, has given us free rein to help patrol and arrest red Talons in this area. In fact, I dined with the mayor of South Bend last night and slept in his house. We have full authority." And the prophet says, "This arrest is illegal. Leave here now." And the captain's going to roll his eyes and turns to look at a rider at his left. And you're going to see that the rider is this bronze Dragonborn with a crossbow who's grinning.
I'm going to make the Braveheart speech.
I think we should wait for them to finish doing whatever they're doing so that we can catch them by surprise.
I don't know.
Let's see if we can't keep this prophet character alive. He seems to be doing fairly well.
Yeah.
Maybe Talia can. I don't think you can just bull rush through the crowd like that, Oliver.
Well, I wanted to say I wanted to attempt to make my way through the crowd. But he was in a monologue, so I didn't want to interrupt.
And
I feel like that's fair.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Maybe Talia can get ready to cast a fog spell, get a whole bunch of their people, as many as possible, so that they can't see anything, and can't attack like those.
There's a lot of human shields around. I think we're going to be all right. Truly. You think I'm joking? I've got the grappler feet. This is going to be.
They're on horses. Well. Oh well, no, you can probably grapple a horse now. But still.
I was talking about people that were just around me.
Anyway, so Talia, maybe prepare to cast fog, get as many of them as you can, especially their mages. And the other two wizards, I don't know your spell lists quite so well, but maybe we can spread out and try and prepare, and while Edel distracts them.
I really want to go pick up his horse and see if I can throw it. Or like grapple his horse to the ground, like wrestle it.
I kind of want to
Tackle a
know.
horse.
I kind of want to know what the prophet was going to say.
Yeah, let's listen.
Fine. I feel like it's just gonna escalate though.
Listen to his sovereign citizen thing. I am not the prophet. I am the corporation known as the prophet. Does your arrest warrant have my corporate entity's name spelled correctly?
God damn it.
Let's see. It's absolutely vital that Turin the Barbarian not die. Prophet, we should probably keep around. He seems useful, if stinky.
He'll probably get killed during this monologue with like a crossbow bolt.
Yeah.
Then we'll be like, oh no, Sean Connery, and then that's why we'll fight, not because we actually give a shit.
Yeah, the people are gonna lose their shit when their prophet dies.
Yeah.
Kevin's being very quiet. I find it suspicious.
This mob might be the only thing that keeps you alive.
Yeah, this is looking
sweet.
like a very large and tough battle against mounted warriors with ranged weapons and lances.
And there's a lot of them.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping that Alunodas, as the sane character who is a genuine follower of Ruin, might get to interrupt with an impassioned speech.
Then they're just gonna target you. But, yeah.
You better hurry.
Both of you guys make your speech at the same time, and then everybody's gonna be all confused. Because there's gonna be two of these heroic speeches. What?
Well, he's more Sav-Sit. I was thinking about mixing it up with the veiled cultist talk, a bit of communism, and a few references to Trump.
Perfect. I love it.
While you guys are making these plans, you're going to see that this bronze Dragonborn start to raise his crossbow. Is there anything you're going to do?
Alunodas is going to speak up.
Can I throw a person?
You might want to move back to where you were, Oliver,
Why?
because Kevin hasn't told us how moving through the crowd works yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so moving through the crowd, you can move through a person square, but that's going to be considered a rough terrain, rough terrain since there's so many people. So those will count as half movement. Now, if you can find an unoccupied square, that works as just like normal movement. But to move through these people, it's going to take half your movement to move through that square.
And
Yeah.
the tents are occupied spaces.
Yes, they are.
I would assume so, unless you knock them over or burn them down.
So,
Alunodas isn't that kind.
so you said Alunodas is going to speak up as this Dragonborn's raising this crossbow?
Yes. And he's going to rush through the crowd, and since I have to hold my mic and moving takes another hand, I'm going to be silent while I move the character.
You didn't have to narrate that, you know that, right?
As close, I think, as I can get Alunodas to the front there.
Okay.
And he speaks up and, says, "How dare you? You shiny suited jackasses." No, jackals. Jackals. Shiny suited jackals. These fine people have done nothing to you. They offered us shelter, great cost to themselves. They have so little. We shared with them. And you come here and threaten them with arrest and kidnapping their children, murder and torture, and God knows what other atrocities you townspeople commit. How dare you?
Were you a communist?
Yes, that's exactly where I was going with that. Where was I?
While he's making that speech, may I move through the crowd?
Yes.
I moved to the front of the crowd, and I was like, shit, well...
You can't. You don't have enough
It's
movement
too
to make
much
it that far.
No, I was like, I was thinking about my plan, and it wouldn't really work. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure they would not allow me to, like, a dude in split armor with a massive sword to, like, walk up to them, you know what I mean? To their captain.
No, they wouldn't.
I wouldn't think so. I'll go right here. And I go, yeah! And then,
Hold on, let's finish up with Alunodas.
Fair enough. Continue.
These fine people have done nothing, great cost to themselves, taking children, torture, murder. Oh, I'm sure your masters, the people whose boots you lick, are very, very proud of you and your shiny armor. Why don't you go back to them and tell them that these poor folk have done nothing to merit your god-awful actions. Shame on you. Shame on you. You and your fine, fine armor. He's just in high dudgeon, especially since they mentioned kidnapping children, locking up mothers. It's a thing.
So he says, so you say you're not a part of this rabble?
Rabble? These are just travelers, folks that don't have big houses like yours. How dare you? Nothing but insults and contempt from you jerks.
Peasants do not concern me. What concerns me is red talons. And since you're in their presence, I shall consider you a red talon as well.
Oh, I'm sure you would. That's just the sort of due process you people love to use, isn't it?
So he's starting to look really frustrated at you at this point, and he's going to yell at you, "Silence! Get in line with the others and come with us. I'll hear no more of your protests."
You absolutely will.
And at that point, he's going to nod to this Dragonborn, and
Shooting the Alunodas, I would assume.
and he's going to take a shot at Alunodas.
It's like missiles.
I'm gonna go roll initiative.
Yeah, I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative. Outside of the initiative, this Dragonborn is going to inch his horse up a little bit, and he's going to take a shot at Alunodas with his crossbow. And that is an 11. So
Okay, wait, hold on. Here's the great thing about being a monk. I catch that missile and whip it back at the attacker. Not too entirely sure how that works. I think I just have to roll higher than his attack roll to catch it.
I thought it was that you reduce damage of a particular attack.
If it's
Yes.
a 0, you
If
catch it
it's
outright,
reduced
if I remember.
to 0, yes, thank you. I can catch it. And then spend 1 chi to attack with it as a monk. Yes, thank you.
yeah, but I think since he missed you, you wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, you would.
Oh yeah, it says if a ranged weapon hits. Damn it. I was hoping to be cool.
Yeah, that's fair. Ooh, that nat 1. So many 7s.
It's lucky.
Arguably.
17 is less lucky. But also prime, which makes it special.
Everybody's in initiative. After the Dragonborn shoots at you, you're going to hear this crowd start shouting and moving towards the guards. And the prophet's going to turn around to them, start yelling for them to stop. And
I don't think it's going to work.
yeah, it's not working as they're moving closer to the guards, and you start seeing them pick up like rocks and sticks and like hose.
What a good
and
mob.
rakes
It's a good mob.
and pitchforks. And at the side of this, yeah, like pitchforks, the typical mob weapon.
Why would wandering nomads have pitchforks?
What do you mean?
Because it's
I assume
for
they-
hay.
Don't they have horses?
Yeah, they have horses.
Then they probably need to like bale up hay and shit, dude.
Maybe. I'm still skeptical. Scythes, I could see.
The captain sees this and then he yells, kill them all. And he lowers his lance. And you see the rest of these riders lower their lances and start to charge.
Oh shit.
Alright, so Alunodas, you're going to go first.
Alright, hold on. I'm trying to get the map to move so I can see the bad guys. Well, good guys, sort of. These tree-looking things, I'm assuming we can't move through those either?
No.
Okay.
They're like shrubs. I mean, you could probably, move your way through it, but I would consider that rough terrain.
Okay, it doesn't really matter. I can move around it just fine. Thank goodness for being a monk.
You can literally just like butterfly jump everywhere. Your legs are like literal wings. You gonna whap the captain?
Because
It's
he's
a butterfly jump.
I'm
What?
assuming it's that thing you see in kung fu movies where you can just sort of dance around without touching the ground much.
Yeah, that's like you can see it in a lot of different animes now.
I don't watch that stuff.
Neither do I, but like I watch a shit ton of old kung fu movies.
But if it's an anime, then how is it? Never mind.
Because it was influenced by it. You see.
All right, back to the game.
Okay, that was the worst.
Yeah, it's a crit
Got a
miss.
crit fail.
All right,
Well,
hold
probably
on.
8's a crit fail.
Give me a... Okay, that's a 6. That is embarrassed. You take disadvantage on all saves and skill checks for the rest of the day.
Damn.
Wow.
Well, Alunodas should be embarrassed. It's like he tried to punch the captain and instead, like, pet his horse.
So I'll put the nuclear sign on you because you are toxic.
Your
Your energy is bringing everybody down.
Alunodas is going to go ahead and spend a chi point to do his dancey steppy thing to be less hittable.
Take the dodge action.
His dancey steppy thing.
All right, is that it?
That is it.
All right, so next up is Mounted Guard number 7. He is going to kick his horse into motion. So he is going to look through the crowd and see Adel out here on the outskirts of it, dressed in armor. So he's going to perceive you probably as the greatest threat. So he is going to charge at you with his lance down.
I start banging on my chest with my sword, being like, "Come on!"
That's an 8. That's going to miss.
Did he charge into me?
Yep.
I deflected it with my armor and/or sword.
So next up is Mounted Guard number 8. He is going to charge at this prophet.
I have a plan, and I'm really excited about it.
And he is going to lower his lance and try to skewer this old man.
More power to him.
That's an 11 that's going to hit for 17 damage. So he is going to run this lance right through this old man's back as he's trying to get this crowd to calm down. And after this crowd sees him get skewered on the end of this lance, they're going to start charging at the horses. Next up is guard number 5. He is going to charge the crowd over here, and he's going to lower his lance into this peasant. That's going to hit. That's 14 damage. These lances hurt. So he is going to skewer this peasant right through the chest, take him down. Mounted guard number 4 is going to charge towards this old man, takes its lance and stabs this old man right through the head. He's going to die.
Right through the noggin?
Yep, right through the noggin.
Not the noggin, that's for Pumpkin.
Mounted guard number 3 is going to charge towards the crowd and lower his lance. That's going to hit. It's going to take this peasant right in the stomach and kill her. Mounted guard number 1.
These guys are good at killing with their lances.
Yeah. Mounted guard number 1 is going to lower his lance and charge on Alunodas. So that's an 18. That's going to miss.
Well, if it meets, it beats, but Alunodas had his steppy thing, so the guy would have.
Don't forget about delicious meat.
Yeah, so that gives you a +4, right?
No, it gives me. Wait, I think it gives me.
Or is it plus
gives disadvantage the dodge action.
Oh, okay. That's a 7. That would miss anyway, so... Next up is Sergeant Bronscale. He's going to reload his crossbow and shoot at Alunodas again. That is a 25 for 6 damage.
And the other roll to hit, disadvantage. I think dodge keeps working like that, yeah?
That's a 12.
Which misses. Ha.
Alright, next up is Talia.
Talia's gonna move like there. I think that's how far she can go. And cast... Actually, she's gonna take a bonus action and dash, which is another 30 feet, right?
I think your movement's 6. Yeah, so yeah, that would be it.
So I'm gonna move there. and then that's going to be my turn. Or am I within range to attack with my throwing dagger at Mounted Guard number 7?
Yeah, you could attack Mounted Guard number 7 with your throwing dagger. That's a 12. That's going to miss.
Alright, cool. That'll be my turn.
Alright, next up is Mounted Guard number 6. He is going to charge up into the crowd and lower his lance at this old man. And
I love these guys.
that's going to hit, and he's just going to run this old man through. Alright, next up is Captain Phineas. He is going to take his lance and stab at Alunodas. That's an 18 and a 22.
Damn. So he hits.
For 15 damage.
Ow!
Next up is Mounted Guard number 9. Mounted Guard number 9 is going to run up here and try to stab Adel with his lance.
Hit me!
That's an 11. That's going to miss.
Ding!
Alright, next up is Juliet.
Fantastic.
Ding.
Juliet's going to briefly consider picking up her halberd before deciding it's better to use magic at this distance and fire a magic missile at Captain Phineas.
Pew pew pew!
He was
Magic
right.
missile! I love magic missile.
Yes, that's going to fire out for 9 points of force damage at him.
Let's see, 15 times 5, 75. Yeah, okay, you're fine.
Yep, that's it.
Alright, so you let loose this this magic missile and it comes flying over the heads of the crowd and slamming into Captain Phineas, and Captain Phineas screams, "They have magic!" Alright, Alexander, you're up.
Yep. I'm gonna move down to the bottom right. Move over here, and then I'm gonna cast Flaming Sphere between Mounted Guard 4 and 6.
Do you mean 5?
No, it's... Oh, I guess that is a 5. Yep, 4 and 5. And it takes up... How big is this space? It's a 5-foot diameter. Yep, right about there.
Nice graphic.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
Alright.
And then with that should be my turn.
Okay, does it do anything on your first turn? Does it do damage?
For unoccupied space, any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet needs to make a dex throw.
Can you attack someone or run it into someone?
Yeah, I can run it into somebody. As a bonus action, I can move the sphere up to 30 feet. If it rams into a creature, they have to make a saving throw against its damage. Okay. Yeah, so I'll make it, and then I will use my bonus action to ram it into guard number 5.
Okay, is there a save for that?
Yeah, it's a dex save. I want to say.
That makes
It
sense.
is a dex save.
Alright, that's an 11. That's gonna fail.
Yep, and he takes 2d6 damage.
Roll me some damage, Shane. This is gonna be really fun.
Alright, so that's 6 damage. As your flaming spear appears out of nowhere and runs into this horse and rider. Alright, next up is Adel.
I am going to move up 1 square and try to. I'm going to grapple Mounted Guard 7 off his horse.
Nice.
Well, I mean, grapple is, you're just basically, if you're grappling him, you're immobilizing him. You're not going to be really pulling him off the horse.
It's a shove action you want.
Oh, okay.
Grappling is actually like the worst mechanic in Dungeons and Dragons, period.
Well,
No,
if you
that is
grappled the
not
horse,
true.
you could stop it from moving.
I would have to disagree because if you can immobilize something, you get off flanks. A good example of this is
They can still attack you. though.
Beholder. Yeah, they can still attack you, but it can't move.
Well, I mean,
And
most
with
of
the
the time, if
grapple-
you're in combat, in melee combat, they're not going to move anyway.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
All right, fine.
Like,
All right. Well,
I'm just gonna hit.
anyway,
I'm just gonna.
Imagine a mounted guard surrounded by peasants unable to get away. That's a lot of flanks.
Exactly.
How
I'm gonna
often does
try
that happen, though?
Leave mounted guard in half instead. Then
okay.
wrong thing. That is a 10 and a 21.
You go for both attacks. Okay, so the first one's going to miss, and the second one's going to hit.
Cool. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and do my sword action thing to where I channel my divinity.
Okay, so that'll add your charisma bonus to
2
your
fire damage, which is gonna be 16 damage altogether.
All
And
right.
mounted guard numbers. And you know what? Let's go ahead and just throw in a divine smite for the hell of it. And that's an extra 7 damage.
All right. So this guy's looking pretty rough. You raise your flaming sword above your head and you slash down, and the horse kind of moves out of the way, and then you pull your sword back up and poke him with it, and your flaming sword basically goes right through the chainmail around his abdomen and
Melts
into
right
his
through.
side. All right.
Are the horses spooked by my flaming sword?
No, these are trained war horses.
Ah. So set them on fire is what you're telling me.
So next up is Mounted Guard 2 is going to charge toward this crowd, and he's going to lower his lance and skewer this woman out in front of the crowd.
The one with the weird messed up hands.
Yep.
She's like missing like 2 fingers.
Next up is the Battle Mage. So the Battle Mage is going to see where these magic missiles came from towards the back. And
Where's this battle mage?
Bottom of the
Back.
screen.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, he's way back there. Did
Yeah,
not
he's
see that far down. on the
Way
screen.
back there.
Yeah, I had to look for him too.
That's 90 feet. 80 feet.
This Battle Mage is can't see exactly where it came from, so he is going to let loose a fireball towards the back of this crowd.
A fireball?
Yes, a
what a
fireball.
fucking dick.
Oh, holy
He could
shit.
just kill the entire crowd if he wanted to.
Yeah, that's what he's going to do.
I think that's what it looks like he's gonna do. Man,
Oh,
this
shit.
guy's gonna be doing all the damn work. I want that battle mage.
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
try and kill
rolling
this
so
mounted
many
guard.
deck saves, Kevin.
All right, so he
Please no
is
deck saves. I can't handle them.
so he is going to let loose this fireball towards the back of the crowd, like right on top of this woman right here. So that's going to be a 20-foot radius.
Owie. That stew's gonna cook real fast now.
So this this is what's really cool about these tokens. So as you can see, this is going to be the blast radius of this fireball right here.
And now I'm guessing that you're going to
Can you
What
see it
the
now?
fuck?
deck save for all of them.
That's not 20 feet.
It's a 20-foot radius.
Is it? Holy shit, it is. 20-foot radius is actually massive. It's like you threw the damn moon at him.
That's why I said
That's
he
why
could
I'm
destroy
suggesting that
like the
fog.
entire crowd. Literally
It kind
the
of looks
entire
like the
crowd.
moon with like the little like tents that kind of look like the craters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to roll 1 deck save for all these peasants, and then Juliet, I'm going to need you to give me a deck save as well.
Sure.
Seems unfair.
It kind of does, but at the same time, I get it.
I don't think it matters if they make it or not.
Yeah, they're just the waste. Which is
I
what
want to
the-
give them a chance. There's no way, even if they take half damage, if they're going to survive.
Oh, so they're all just dead anyway.
Yeah, they rolled a collective 7 anyway, so everybody's dead.
They're so fucking dead.
Well, I got a sec.
Oh shit!
Okay,
It was nice knowing you.
so,
I'm fine.
Bye.
all right.
What type of dragon are you?
Red Dragonborn, motherfucker, what do you think?
Are you? Does he get resistance?
I do.
So that takes
Oh,
off
shit.
5 damage.
So you're going to take, it was a The damage is 46.
Oh, I'm fine.
Holy
23.
That's a lot of damage. We need to. I'm gonna try and like get him.
We can see Kevin erasing like 20 peasants
One
off of the screen one by one, just ticking off the list.
They melted.
And
you,
now it's
like-
like somebody took a bite out of the crowd.
Yeah, so you're going to see this mage let loose this arcane bolt that comes streaking over the crowd, and these peasants are like watching it fly overhead, and then it lands and hits this old lady right in the chest, and it explodes into this huge fireball. You first hear the explosion, and then feel this pressure wave, and then a rumbling as this fireball explodes, and these peasants in this blast area are going to be knocked off their feet, some of them thrown 5 feet across the ground and hit, and you hear the screaming from them that doesn't last very long because they soon succumb to the burns. And then the grass in this area is now in flames, and the shacks and huts in this area now are engulfed. The next thing you're going to hear are the screams from the people who just witnessed this that are still alive. Alright, so next up is Turin, who is going to come running from the side over here to the east and attack mounted guard number 5 with his spear. And he is going to go into a rage.
Good job.
And that's a 9. That's going to miss.
Oh. He's so angry he can't hit him.
Alright, so that was actually all that was one round.
Should we roll initiatives?
At the top of the round, I'm going to let the mob start attacking.
That sounds wonderful, actually.
I love that idea.
Look at all these meat shields ready to be engorged.
More like spam shields, but yeah.
These meaty shields.
Zerg Rush.
And they are rolling for shit.
I love them. It's almost like
Oh, there's one
armor.
that hit.
Oh, what do you get?
This one, you see this one guy in a red shirt and a spear come running
shit.
up to mounted guard number 2, and
He's
take
in a red
the,
shirt, though.
Yep, and he's going to stab the mounted guard with his spear for
Good
3
job.
damage.
Wow. Woo! Get him.
Was that D4 damage or
D8?
Spear's D6, so
Well,
yeah,
if you
but
go
it's a
two-handed, I
peasant
believe it's
wielding
D8, isn't
basically
it?
a stick with a rock
Yep.
on it.
I love this weird lady you got who just has, like, weird hands just projecting out.
Oh, there's a crit.
Hey!
Hey!
embarrassed.
For 5 damage?
Mm-hmm. This village is going to be slaughtered.
For
Did they
7
get the,
damage.
D20 table 2? The crit
Yes. Alright, so this old lady has this long butcher knife in her hand, and she's going to come up and stab this mounted guard number 9 in the thigh. She got bleeding out. You cut your opponent deep for that causes internal bleeding, and the target takes 1d4 damage each round. Con save ends. So he's going to take another 2 damage. Let me put a bleeding effect on him. Alright, next up is Alunodas.
Alright. Alunodas doesn't like being surrounded by all these giant warriors covered in armor and carrying big, sharp things. So,
Wait a minute, are you talking about
it's going to be
me?
clumsy of me at the moment because my cat is in my lap and decided to shift positions.
Press the keys, kitty.
Alright.
Press the
So Alunodas is going to take step of the wind, he's going to disengage, and he's going to come down behind the battle mage.
I think that battle mage might be dead now. Because our monk has a speed of like 300 feet. Jesus Christ.
There's
Naruto running across everywhere.
that Drunks and Dragons podcast I listen to. They've got a monk, and she's got boots of haste, and she's taken all these feats that she can basically, I think they figured out she can run 56 miles an hour.
Holy shit!
It's like something like 300 feet around.
Like a cheetah, my god!
Yeah, I was thinking about taking a feat that would give Alunodas some extra movement specialties.
If you haven't listened to the Drunks and Dragons podcast, I highly recommend it. They're hilarious. If you're a fan of the show, you may be familiar with the character Luccan, the foul-mouthed wood elf. If you're a super fan of the show, you may have seen the insult generator I built for him on the forums and Twitter. I think they've used it a couple of times on the show based on the insults I've heard. It's pretty funny if you like Dungeons & Dragons based filthy insults. I'll post a link to it on the show notes. It's open source on Github, so you can take it and mod it for your own needs if you know a little HTML and JavaScript.
Anyway, now going to go ahead and attack the battle mage.
Roll me some damage, little boy.
15.
That will just hit.
Yay!
Excellent for 10 damage.
Wow! 10.
Unfortunately, I can't do another thing to get flurry of blows, but I can do a bonus strike.
Do that.
23.
That's a lot of damage. Hey,
So that is a total of 18 damage against that battle mage. Punched him or her right in the buttocks.
That's a lot of damage.
Mounting guard number 7 is going to lower his lance and try to poke Adel again.
That's a bad way to
What'd he get?
That's a 15. That's going to miss.
Let's say you poke like your daddy.
All right, mounted guard number 8. He is going to drop his lance and pull out his longsword, and is going to attack this old man and this old woman.
This old man, this old lady. Da-da. Oh, why is there an X over Sean Connery's face?
Because he's dead.
I'm Sean Connery.
All right,
More
so
like I'm dead.
that's a 20 and a 21. He's going to kill both this old man and old woman. All right, mounted guard number 5
Go!
is going to attack Turin.
Turn!
He is going to drop his lance and pull out his longsword. That's a 13 and a 6. That's going to miss Turin.
I think Turin's gonna have to turn in.
Next up is mounted guard number 4. He's going to take his lance and run at this commoner in the red shirt. That's a 15. That's going to hit and kill.
Not even maim.
No, they've got like 5 hit points.
Yeah, they're common folk, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah, common folk are squish.
Mounted guard number 3 is going to drop his lance and pull out his longsword and take an attack at these 2 commoners.
Who's doing that?
Mounted guard number 3. He got a 20 and a
Dropped his
21.
lance? Interesting.
Yeah,
Man, all
because
these red shirts are dying.
they get 2 attacks with a longsword. But the lance does a lot more damage. Mounted guard number 1 is going to come back here.
Shane, why are you like doing distances with that villager?
Don't worry about it.
Alright.
So, mounted guard number 1, after Alunodas disengaged, he watched him run back to the mage, so he's going to go back and protect the mage. He's going to drop his lance and pull out his longsword and take 2 attacks against Alunodas. His first attack is going to be a 21 for 8 damage, and the second attack is a 16, so that's going to miss. Sergeant Brownscale sees Alunodas run back through there after he was attacking Captain Phineas, so he's going to turn his horse slightly and then take the crossbow and in his right hand and lay it across his left forearm and steady his shot and fire at Alunodas. That's a 19.
Okay, that'll hit, but
for 7 damage, if that matters.
boom!
Reaction.
Reduced it to 0, and I get to whip it back at him.
Or
Cool.
key point.
That's actually really fun. Holy fuck!
So describe how you do this.
It's good.
Okay, so the crossbow bolt just goes right over the mage's thigh to come at Alunodas. Alunodas just sort of plucks it out of the air, does a spin, and whips it back, nailing the Sergeant Bronze scale, like right in the weak spot of his armor, where at his shoulder joint.
And that's 5 damage.
It says damage for missile plus 5. 5 being my various bonuses, I guess. So I don't know how much damage that crossbow bolt normally does, but it would be that plus 5.
Alright, so there'd be one. So do I roll a d8 and then. Or I mean a d6 and then add the plus 5? Is that how that works?
The damage is actually as if it were a monk weapon.
Oh, as a monk weapon?
Yep.
In that case, it would probably be d6 plus 4, I would think.
So, and you roll that.
Yes, and that would be 3 plus 4 would be 7 damage. Oh wait, I have to do another d6.
Don't forget it's crit.
Plus another 1 for 8 damage.
Alright, and then roll the crit table.
4.
That is hamstring. Target is slowed to half movement until the end of the encounter. Dex save ends DC 10. But it doesn't really matter because he's on a horse.
He's on a horsey. Cripple the horse.
Eat the horse.
That's my plan.
So instead of hitting him at the shoulder, it hit him at the joint of the thigh.
Alright. And I put a little snail on him to show everybody that he's slow. Alright, next up is Talia.
I like the little snail.
Yay. I am going to.
You can type, and we can read your typing for you if it is bad to talk.
Unless you want to talk.
I don't know. I'll just I'll type next time. This time,
You can jump back and forth. It's your choice.
I'm gonna move.
You're behind me.
I am. Maybe I'll move.
Do
Yeah,
a
I'll
leapfrog
move here.
maneuver. So where
Right,
you like
if only. I think I
run
can.
up my back.
I'm gonna attack Mounted Guard 9. Because I think I'm that's melee range, right?
Yes.
Cool. Alright. Attack with my dagger
So that one's going to miss.
and my offhand.
Ooh, that hits.
And you can sneak attack.
I am gonna sneak attack, which is 3d6.
So that's a total of 15 damage.
Yep.
Alright, so you miss with your first dagger, and then your second dagger finds its home in this rider's thigh, and you pull it away, and blood just starts going everywhere. It's pretty obvious you hit an artery.
Woohoo!
And he is immediately going to turn pale, and he's trying to hold this blood in. Mounted Guard number 6 is going to drop his lance and pull out his longsword. That's a 20 and a 17. So he's going to take out these two weird-handed women. And then he is going to take his move up here towards Adel, the flank.
Did you say weird-handed women?
Weird-handed women.
They had weird hands?
Yeah,
Look at their hands.
look
they're
at them. They're like curled and misshapen, oddly. It's crazy, dog.
All right, next up is Captain Phineas. He is going to lower his lance and charge into this crowd and attack this woman.
Is he going to step over the prophet?
He's actually going to run right through her.
I thought so.
Hey, Kevin.
Yes.
Did guard number 4 and 5 take damage from my fireball?
That doesn't happen until their turn.
I thought it had rotated through them again.
Hold on, let me go back and look.
Because I did it on my turn, and 4 and 5 are on the way.
Oh yeah, you're right. So mounted guard 4 has gone.
We kill a guard.
Hold on, I'm just looking for mounted guard 5 in this initiative list.
He's on the right. A little bit in the middle.
No, I'm looking for him on the initiative list.
Ah.
He's right above guard number 4 on the initiative list.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so they're both going to take damage. What's the damage on that 5?
It's a dex save, but if they fail the dex save, it's 2d6. If they do pass the dex save, then it's a 1d6.
I thought it was half damage.
Half damage, I think. What's effectively half.
Yeah, what's your DC?
DC is 13. I'll check. If I can find it.
Should be on your spell sheet at the top.
14.
Alright, so they both fell.
Okay.
And how much damage do they take?
10. I'll roll another 2d6 for the first one, so that'll be number 4, and I'll roll again for number 5. 10 for guard number 4, 7 for guard number 5.
Alright. Next up is mounted guard number 9. He is going to drop his lance, pull out his longsword, and take an attack at Talia.
Big surprise.
Oh yeah, I mean, you've just about killed him. So the first attack is going to miss, and the second attack is an 18. Does that hit?
That does hit. I will use my uncanny dodge to have whatever the damage is.
Alright, so that was 10 damage, so you're going to take 5. Alright, next up is Juliet.
Alright. Juliet's gonna huff through this fireball, bring her halberd with her, and move forward to paralyze Captain Phineas. Why does it say strength save? I think that's supposed to be a will save. Oh, okay. They redid some of the spells on Roll20 so they don't function when you drag and drop them like they used to. Some of them. Fuck. Yeah, so that's going to be a DC 13 Wisdom save, or he's paralyzed.
Wisdom?
Yes.
That's a 5. He fails.
Fantastic.
But what about his horse?
His horse is fine.
Yeah, the horse is fine, because old person is a person.
So, if the horse moves, he wouldn't be able to respond. Would he just fall off?
Well, I mean, if his legs are around the midsection of the horse, I mean...
I'm sure he could stay on, kind of.
Alright, next up is Alexander.
About time. I'll move 6 spaces over here, and I am going to cast Lightning Bolt.
Holy shit, you've got Lightning Bolt? When'd you get Lightning Bolt? Damn.
And now we see why Alexander was playing around with arrows.
Alright, so with that, you'll be able to get Mounted Guard 5, 4, 3, 2, Captain Phineas, Mounted Guard 6, 7, and 9. Basically everybody except for Mounted Guard 8.
Well done.
Okay. Just so you know, it has like a 5-foot radius.
Right.
Firing his laser beam.
Laser beam. Yeah, I'll go and let me bring up this.
Oh, that would hit Mounted Guard 8 then.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It would also hit a couple of cultists.
Oh yeah, they're going down.
That's fine.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's a dex saving throw.
All right. I'm going to go down the line here. What's your DC? 14? So this is a dex save. So 13. Mounted guard number 5 is going to fail. Mounted guard number 4. That is 5. That's a fail. Mounted guard number 3. That's a 4. That fails. Mounted guard number 2.
What a
that's
time
a
to
2.
be alive.
That fails. Captain Phineas. That's a 9. That fails. Mounted guard number 8. That's a crit fail. Mounted guard number 6. That's a 4. That fails.
Holy shit! Did Shane just like do a combination of good aim and luck?
Yeah, mounted guard number 7. That fails.
I'm a lucky guy, you know?
Yeah, he is.
Mounted guard number 9. That one actually he succeeds.
So everyone but 9 failed.
That's correct.
Holy.
Okay, let's go down the list of 8d6 damage on everybody.
Now you just roll 1.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you just roll.
Oh, I just roll 1?
Yeah. It'd be kind of ridiculous if you think about it.
30 to each of them. And then 15 for the one that succeeded the pass.
Okay. Hold on.
Well done.
That's a lot of fucking damage. I know Mounted Guard
that's a lot
7's
of
dead.
damage.
I know Mounted Guard 7's dead because I beat the shit out of him.
9 might be dead too anyway. Because Talia
You said 30 damage?
fucked him up.
30 damage to everybody except for the one that passed, who takes 15.
Okay, so describe to me what it looks like when you kill all of these people except for Captain Phineas.
Are you fucking serious? Holy fuck! Shane.
That's a lot of damage, you know?
Also, wow, Shane.
I run down, sprint to the side, doing calculations in my head. I do a quick chant, and I do the Kamehameha, and just burst through every single one of them.
If you look at my
And as it progresses through, just incinerates everybody that it speeds through, except for Captain Phineas.
Wait, he killed number 9?
He was half dead already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had 1 hit point left when Talia stabbed him.
Holy shit.
This is called XP stealing.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
This
You
is
still get to move your fireball.
this
Don't
is
forget to-
efficient.
Go ahead.
I can move my fireball. You're right.
And those 2
This is
peasants.
efficient farming. And
Battle Mage.
yeah,
would be
peasants are dead.
a little bit impressed. Are the horses dead too?
Yeah, and actually, Adel, make a saving throw because you would have been in the line of that lightning bolt as well.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Yes.
I thought he angled it like away from me.
You have metal armor. It's attracting lightning. I don't know.
And
Thanks.
you were directly adjacent too. So
Dwarves are well grounded. Would have gone through you, yeah.
So what kind of save do I need to make?
Dex.
Fuck!
Hey, you did it.
16. Thank God.
Take 15 damage.
You fucking brick! Ow! Shit! Ow! Ow! My fingers are tingling, you bastard!
You'll get over it.
Your hair is sticking straight up.
Yeah, I will use my bonus action to move my fireball to Captain Phineas' square. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'd be on the square upright of Captain Phineas.
So you can go ahead and... Yeah.
All right. So next up is Adel.
I'm gonna run up to Captain... What's his name? Captain
Phineas.
something. Phineas. I'm gonna swing twice with my sword.
You have advantage on both those attacks, and if you hit, it's an automatic crit.
Holy shit! So that's a 23. They're unnatural, but
So you would roll your damage 4 times.
they're unnatural. You know that, right?
Because he's paralyzed, you get critical hits automatically with your
Oh
weapon fight.
shit!
Yep, so roll those 2 d8s again, and take out the 5, so it doesn't double your strength modifier. But
It doesn't matter.
I was about to say this is like 48 damage. This is a obscene amount of damage.
All right. So Adel comes up after taking that lightning bolt. He sees Captain Phineas stock still in the middle of the field. and just comes up and just hacks at him, and notices that Phineas isn't even moving or giving any resistance at all, and just like hacks through him twice. And you're going to see Phineas stock still, fall off the horse, and his eyes are just glazed over with death.
This is my horse. Wait. Whoa, not everybody's dead. Can I use my 5 feet of movement to jump on the horse?
That would be
I think it's
action.
half movement. Something like that.
Yeah, that would be an action though. You can't use movement to like do something other than move.
you can
mounting and
dismount.
dismounting
That's right.
costs. Mounting costs half your speed.
I'm maxed out, so I went like 25 feet, so probably next turn.
All right, next up is Turin, the barbarian.
Is he just gonna be kind of sad and bummed out? Holy shit! He
He's
went
going.
really far.
He dashed to get up
Ah.
here, so he's not going to be able to take an action.
Why'd you move the corpse?
Just to get it off the label.
Fair enough.
He lives in our memory.
All right,
Rest
so
in peace.
next up is the villagers.
Lightning bolt's a really strong spell.
Yeah, it's a third
That
level
was
spell.
fucking awesome.
The amount of fucking luck.
It's all calculated, you know.
All of them failed their fucking saves, and then
They're on horses. How dexterous can they be?
pretty dexterous. You'd be surprised.
Those poor horses.
I mean, them horses is good eating.
Yeah, the nomad's gonna eat well tonight.
Yeah, and so can the crows.
All right, none of them had enough movement to attack anybody.
Holy shit.
Next up
What did
is
Sergeant Brownscale think about me fucking decapitating her captain?
you're going to find out.
Alright, good.
Alunodas, you're up.
All right. Time to finish off this mage. I think he's the greater threat. So Alunodas is going to attack the mage.
Oh wait, I skipped the battle mage.
No, you didn't.
That you did.
He's gonna fucking fireball me or something. I just know he is. Or he might just run away. After seeing fucking Shane actually just disintegrate people.
He is actually going to cast fireball again at Adel.
Hey, the thing I said happened, probably because I said it was gonna happen.
Also, because you're at the middle of the crowd.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Why did they... God damn it.
Can I use healing word as a reaction?
Nope.
No.
You kinda can. You can like be like, when this thing happens, I will use my action, like that.
I
That's
already
a
used
ready
one,
to
so-
action. No. That's
Yeah, that's
it.
a ready one.
It's like, yeah, it's like a you gotta like prep for that shit. The heals one villager.
All right, so you're going to see this bluish, whitish bolt of arcane energy arc over what's left of this crowd and hit towards Adel. So Adel, I'm
I
going
got
to
a
need you.
16 on my save.
Okay. That'll save.
Sweet! I only take half the damage now. It's just like 42.
So it'll be 15 damage.
15, that's not bad.
Bronze Scale and Turin probably both get hit by it too. Looks like.
Yeah, they got to make saves.
15, right?
Yeah. Turin saves, so he'll take 15 damage. And Bronskell does not save, but he has resistance.
So 30 minus 5.
Yeah.
Juliet, seduce him.
All right, Alunodas, you're up.
All right, first attack is going to be the battle mage
That hits.
for 10 damage.
All right.
Sorry, my other cat has now joined me. So okay. So second attack with against the mounted guard number 1. 22
That hits.
for 6 damage.
All right. Anything else?
Wait. Yes. The chi point for a whatchamthing flurry of blows. Just checking to see if I can attack anyone with that flurry of blows, or if it has to be against the target I've hit. Okay, I don't know, but I'm going to assume it has to be against someone I've hit.
Well, you've hit both of them at this point.
Yeah. And basically I'm wondering if I can mix it up and direct one flurry of blows against one, the other against the other, or if they both have to be against the same target. But I would have to.
I want to say you can.
Handbook. I can? Okay. Alright, so the first one against the Battle Mage, the second one against Mounted Guard 1.
The first one hits, the second one misses.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and knock the Battle Mage prone and do 7 more damage. And the Battle Mage gets a save against that.
Is that a deck save or con save? Or strength save?
That's, once again, looking it up, sir. Save versus dex. And the save is going to be 13.
Alright, that's a 12. That fails.
And I think being knocked prone knocked him off his horse.
Yep. Alright, anything else?
Nope, that does it for Alunodas.
Alright, Mounted Guard number 1 is going to attack you, Alunodas.
Obviously.
That's an 18 and a 9.
18 hits.
Man, these rounds are pretty short.
That's 8 damage.
What rounds? We've been in 3?
I was insinuating that by killing 7 people, I've shortened the rounds an extensional amount.
Yeah, I'd say just a smidge. Just a EDB.
Alright, Sergeant Bronskill is up, and he is going to pull out his longsword and attack Turin.
Aw.
That's a 23 and a 24. Those are both going to hit for 22 damage, but that'll be halved.
He's raging.
Alright, next up is Talia. He wants to play the part of Talia.
To speak the part of Talia.
Yes.
Hannah is the puppet master.
Would I just be choosing what she does?
No, she's, you have to say what she's chatting. I'm going to move up to Sergeant Broadscale using my movement and dash.
Wait, what?
Hannah's voice is completely gone, so Kevin's narrating when she's typing.
And I'll attack with my dagger. The first dagger, that's an 11, that's going to miss.
Nope, she has advantage, flanking.
Oh, she is flanking. So I'll swing one more time with my dagger. Oh, that's a 21, you got it. So that's going to hit for 5 damage.
Plus sneak attack.
That's an 8. So that's 13 damage. So this is what's going to look like when I kill him. So she's going to hop up on top of his horse as he's being distracted by a turret. And then she's going to vault up on top of the horse's haunches. And then she's going to take both daggers and wrap them around his throat like she's giving his throat a hug. But it's a deadly pointy hug. As I slice his throat, and his lifeblood spills out all over his chest and onto his horse in the ground. And that's it for Talia's turn.
You gotta be kidding.
No, you gotta be bad. You gotta be bold. You gotta be wise.
Alright, Juliet, you're up.
Well, it looks like everything is pretty much done here. Damn, there's 1 mounted guard left, right? That's it.
And a battle mage.
Yeah, we should probably get rid of the battle mage.
Battle mage? Oh my goodness. And as an insult to mages, Juliet's gonna move up and fire a magic missile at the battle mage.
Does being prone give you advantage?
I believe it
no,
does.
unfortunately it does not.
Magic,
sure?
magic missile. Go ahead.
Oh, I see.
Does not require an attack roll, and since it would be ranged anyway, it would be disadvantaged since they're prone. Melee attacks get advantage.
So what's it look like when you kill this battle mage?
Well, in once again disdain, Juliet waves her hands around to fire several bolts of magic missile, which sweep out and smack this mage with enough force to, well, blow his body out literally through the other side, as if they were, I don't know what you even compare them to. Oh, hollow point bullets would be the closest thing I could think of.
But they're sort of slow, so you can see this glowing bump moving through his body.
That is actually more exciting, yes.
Alexander, you're up.
I'm back. I will move forward and then try and shoot the mounted guard with my crossbow, I guess. 8 to hit, miss, I'll pass.
Adel, you're up.
Let's see, who's alive?
Mounted guard 1, and that's it.
And then I'm going to put my sword in the ground and do 2d8 damage and knock him prone.
Okay.
I believe he has to make a dex save, or his horse dies.
That sounds right. It should be on your, I'll put a description on your character sheet of what that does.
Yeah, it's a dex check. They have to make a dex save.
Alright. What's the DC?
I believe it's what, 10 plus my charisma?
I don't know.
Is that correct?
I don't know, but it's not going to matter because he critted.
He crit failed?
No, he crit saved.
Oh, okay. So he's fine. Or at least his horse is, I guess.
Yep.
Well then. Well, I have one more action. I guess I could tell you. Can I throw,
is that a bonus action?
No, I have an extra attack. I got it at 5th level.
Oh, okay.
I can't really do anything. Like, I really
Hannah
want
says,
to.
"No, you can't throw me."
But it'd be so fun. It'd be like you're a little tiny Wolverine.
give him the cannonball special.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you'd be a regular Wolverine. Same height, same burliness. She'd be Kitty Pryde?
That sounds about right.
I guess I'll use the rest of my action to just move up to him. And then that's it.
Alright. So Turn the Barbarian is up next. He's going to run over and he's going to take his spear and try to get this mounted guard in the back. That's a 7. That's going to miss. Alunodas, you're up.
The villagers aren't going to be able to do anything. Alright, so Alunodas is going to shift over to flank this fucker and attack. First hit is 22 to hit.
That hits.
And the second one is 16.
That hits.
So a total of 16 damage, which would kill him by itself.
Nope.
He just sort of does this.
No, kill him.
Okay. I thought they only. No, never mind. Anyway,
Quit metagaming.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Yeah. Flurry of blows, spinning at a chi point. 26 and 11.
First one hits.
So that's 5 more damage, and
that killed him.
Okay.
All right. So describe what it looks like when you take out this mounted guard.
So Alunodas, basically just sort of puts his hands behind his back, hops up onto the horse's withers, possibly the rump, and just starts kicking the guy in the back of the head. And on the third one, he just manages to get a blow right at the base of the skull, which causes just a little click sound, and then he falls off his horse.
Alrighty. Well, that's going to take us out of combat and out of the, I'd say, 50 or so odd villagers or nomads, red Talons that we started with in this village. There's a total of 6 left that survived.
6 plus Turin.
Yep. So they realize this battle's over, and then the cries and the screams and the lamentations start as they go and try to tend to their loved ones to see if they're still alive, and of course they're not. You look around and survey the damage, and there's just bodies everywhere and burnt corpses, blood and gore everywhere. The guards, some of their horses are still alive where they didn't take damage. Out here towards the southern portion of this map, they're just wandering around aimlessly as their riders have fallen. The horses that were in the line that went from east to west that got lightning bolted were not so lucky. They are smoking corpses at this point. I think that's probably a pretty good place to stop. That was fun.
Yeah, lightning bolting 10 people to death is pretty riveting,
Yeah,
smashing, you could say.
If you hadn't have done that, I think you would have probably been in trouble.
It was a striking use of the spell.
Next time, I got to make sure not to line people up like that.
Yeah, I was like, man, if these people don't die, I'm pretty sure we're just all gonna die. If we don't find a way to deal with these guys quick, we're just dead meat.
I would have been fine.
Yeah, and whenever Oliver is like, "Hey, why are you measuring out the distance like that?" I was like, It's a secret,
So that was We're at 1 hour and 43 minutes right now. If that lightning bolt wouldn't have happened, this would have probably been a 2 hour, or at least a 2 hour episode. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Dungeons and Debacles podcast. If I could ask a halfling-sized favor, give us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. It's the best way to support us. New episodes come out every Monday, so make sure to check your podcast app. Do you have an idea to make the podcast better? Tell us about it on Twitter or Facebook. You can also check out our website to see all the maps, lore, and characters at dungeonsanddebacklespodcast.com. And now a word from our fantasy sponsor. Do you want to make more gold? Of course, we all do. Find out how easy it is to do with your Journeyman certification with the Carly Institute Correspondence School. You can train for a new trade without setting foot in a classroom. Choose from any of these courses: livery, weapon and armor repair, Bowery Fletcher, leather tanning, blacksmithing, child daycare, cart management, bookkeeping, law assistant, dentist, bloodletting, and inn management. Or get your specialized degree in arcana, alchemy, herbalism, or cartography. Compare your current salary with the gold you could be making in any one of these careers. Send a raven to Carly Vocational Correspondence School to start your quest for a better life.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom, actually. Is that alright? I've been eating.
We've only been recording for like 5 minutes. What have you been doing?
I know, dude. I just got back from lunch and had a really greasy burger.
Oh, so you're talking about Deucin?
Yeah.
He's going to be in there for a while.
Nah, I got a squatty potty in there, fam. It'll be quick. Falls out of you with that thing. My toilet's good low.
Stop talking and
Too much
go.
info, just go. While he's gone, I just want to say, Kevin, I'm kind of disappointed that you cut out my burst of laughter during the level 5 episode when Blake called me out.
I don't remember that. What was it for?
Oh, you took out the laugh? What?
Yeah. Because, he was saying, well, if your character just punches, that's fine, but maybe roleplay more. And he didn't name me or Alunodas, but while I was making my sandwich, I just busted out laughing. How about if she types everything and, Kevin, you narrate it for her?
I said she should use the text-to-speech feature.
Ooh. Discord does that?
Talia is going to pull out her dagger and cast Fog Cloud.
For real?
Talia. Attacks the big card.
The fastest poop in town.
They call you Quit Shit McGee.
I'm like a goose!
Did you say goose or ghost?
Goose.
Yeah, it wouldn't make sense either way.
I'm as
No,
loose
it
as a
wouldn't.
goose, I should say. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Also, Kevin, if I grapple somebody with my grappler feat, I get advantage on attack rolls against them while they're grappled.
Oh, that's not bad.
That is good.
Stop trying to find very corner edge situations which grappling is good.
How is that
what
corner
are you-
edge? I just
what are you
have to
talking
grapple
about?
somebody.
Advantage is a good thing to have.
Also, I can hold down giants. Who wouldn't want to do that?
That's true. I mean, in the context of playing the game and role playing, it's super fun. But I feel like I would rather just bash their heads in with the hammer.
The music you heard on this episode was Evil March, Action, Failing Defense, The Descent, 5 Armies, and Dark Unease by Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com. Licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 license. CreativeCommons.org/licenses/by/3.0.